and let's get started. Okay, so as the title states, we're gonna go over a few things today. I want to go over Will Smith said some things today, and also want to go over Monroe Exposes, like this liar YouTuber, right? I want to touch on that a little bit, but today is just more about testing my software. And is Jay-Z suing someone, and also the alien invasion, because something's going on, and I think they're not telling us the whole information or whatever is going on. Okay, so let's get started by first going to, let's see what Will Smith has to say. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear this. Oh no. Okay, let's go.
And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. That's not baby oil. Nah, but I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff, because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but. You know, that one, it was, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad. But the world we're in right now.
Oh no, I just spent the whole time talking. And nothing is there. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. I literally just spent the whole time talking and the audio was not on. That sucks. Okay, anyway, so let me go back to what I was saying. I'm going to edit that part out, right? This video we're going to watch is about this liar, ex-singer, just has been named Jaguar Wright. And you're going to see her accuse. It goes back to the original video that I played. The first video that I played was by Will Smith. Just talking about, like, people just saying outrageous stuff, right, about him, and he has to kind of address that. You're gonna hear for yourself Jaguar Wright. You're also gonna see her say just a criminal thing that she accused Jay-Z of doing. And now when things are getting serious, that's what a lot of these YouTubers do, like Jaguar Wright, is she's now saying she never said it. Like, what you about to witness for yourself, she's gonna say that's AI. But again, I said this while I was being muted. Please don't forget to see Storm Monroe. Check out this original video. It's titled Exclusive. Tiffany Haddish, Jaguar Wright, Essie Berry, on Diddy, Jay-Z, Mary J, etc. Right? But we're just gonna hear just a quick, few minutes of this video, right? And Essie Berry, the person on the right hand side is next to Jaguar Wright. Let's see, make sure you can see this. Perfect. So she's gonna hear this, and now Jaguar Wright is basically trying to get her to say she never saw this. Like, what you're about to experience, and this is what the internet has become. This is what life has become. Like, there is this group of people that believe that traditional media is horrible. It's just they're full of liars. They don't know what's going on. They live in ivory tower, right? But what I've personally observed on YouTube, with a lot of people, is that they're far worse than the traditional media. At least the traditional media has some kind of box that they try to deal with, right? But new media, social media is just it's full of liars, just complete liars. And the only way you can really truly hold them hold them responsible. In this case, with celebrities, sometimes you have to kind of sue them. And I remember like watching Jaguar Wright and just thinking to myself, how long is this going to last? How long is it okay for her to just keep lying on people, right? And people are going to eat it up. But I'm quite surprised she lasts this long, because I was thinking by now some celebrity have to kind of go after her, right? And I think Jay-Z is alleged that Jay-Z, again, the source right now, it's not really a legitimate source saying this, but it's just fascinating that she can let's see. Yeah, she can continue to just lie, and lie. And when you try to hold her accountable, now she's saying that she didn't say what you're about to watch, okay? Okay, I just had to give a few comments. I just have to get commentary before I play this video, okay?
This is not something that...
Again, in this video, I'm going to try to cover by fair use doctrine, okay?
It's a first time thing.
Right.
Let's make sure you can hear this. Perfect.
Jag, when I first saw...
ass naked out of you. Like this nigga said, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what though, Jag? When I saw that video, you was the first person I thought about. Why? Because you have been telling that shit for so long, and to see something like that online, you know, and then to see it, I know it had to make you feel some kind of way. You was the first person. I was like, damn, anybody who saw that and anybody who and listen what you've been saying for these years, they should feel real stupid, real dumbfounded.
Oh my God. I just spoke for like a few minutes again without pressing my volume button. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna go over that again. So what I am gonna do is that I'm just gonna let it go. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I may put this video on private. We'll see.
And I know that affected you just a little bit because you knew it. You know what I'm saying? All this shit and then more. And people don't understand. People, when you see stuff like that, it's a trauma. You are victimizing women, and then know that Jag has seen all this through the industry like that. How the fuck she supposed to be? How is she supposed to act? What's she supposed to feel like?
The first time he choked me.
Who?
Did he?
So again, she's talking about Diddy. This is what, okay, let's make sure the volume is up. I've messed up a few times tonight where I go like on a 5-10 minutes tangent and the volume's not up. That sucks. I need to find a way to make sure that doesn't happen in the future, okay? But again, I said this, I believe I was muted. Jaguar Wright is going to tell you that what she's about to declare about Jay-Z, right, saying he choked her and assaulted her, she's going to tell you that the person speaking right now, she's also trying to convince others that like is with her right now, Etsy Berry and Storm Monroe. She's going to try to convince them like this person speaking right now, Jaguar Wright, it's AI. This is the state of affair that we currently in, that these people like Jaguar Wright that just liars are being held as a truth teller. People believe this nonsense. And again, I don't know if my volume was up when I said this, but let me say this again, that Jaguar Wright smoked the ashes of her son, her deceased son. And before she did so, she also included her period blood. Her ex-husband smoked it. He said that. He did it. And Jaguar Wright also did. So this is someone who's trying to tell you about Hollywood. This is someone who is a reject, a Hollywood reject, right? Never quite make it to the hill, right? And she's in front of people doing the stuff, this what you consider ritual, right? But she's doing it for nothing. So imagine what she would have done if she would have had $1 million. But she's coming out here trying to be a truth teller, right? But again, she's going to allege Jay-Z did something. And of course, now that she's always screaming, sue me if I'm wrong. And now that there's quite possibility of that happening, now she's trying to renege on saying, oh, she never did this. Like, this is AI.
Baby.
Wait, you need me to drop you down?
See, what
Hold
people
up.
don't understand is the tears that they saw. See, I know what that felt like.
Pay attention to the drama, the theater. And that's why this channel is called Lights Drama Action, right? Pay attention to how thoughtful she's trying to present herself to be. So it's not when she's gonna make the statement about what she alleged Jay-Z did to her, right? It's not something of a slip of her tongue, right? You can see her just pondering and the statement she's about to make, what she's about to allege, right? It's not something that was random. This is what Jaguar Wright does, say this insane things, right? But a lot of people think it's okay. It's only okay if it's others. But if Jaguar Wright accuses your son, accuses your husband, accuses your brother, accuses like male members of your family, now that's a problem. But people are okay. For some reason, there's a hatred for celebrities. This is like idol worship and / hatred. It's probably just jealousy. It's like, how can this person make $100 million? But again, not all celebrity make $100 million, right? But get what I'm saying, right? Because the general public tends to like believe anything, the most insane things about celebrities. Yes, some stories do come out to be true, right? But what you see is someone like Jaguar Wright, how she says like on a platform that's seen by thousands of people, right? She said Jay-Z had a weapon and forced himself on her. You would think that should be like there should be more like pushback from that, right? But you don't really get as much because again, this is what Jaguar Wright does, but she still has a very loyal followers, and I believe that a lot of loyal followers, because of the fact like they have this like maybe jealousy for celebrities, they want to believe anything, because Jaguar Wright previously also stated, oh yes, the thing with Jay-Z, her relationship with Jay-Z was basically non-existent before, but now she's gonna say that the intimate moment was a forcible moment for her too, that's considered R. Okay, but let's hear it from her mouth.
I know what it feels like to be strapped to a bed with a man put a gun in your head and tell you sing, or he's gonna blow your brains out while he's raping you. That's what Sean Carter done to me.
Think of what kind of evil person it would take to just make up a lie about another human. Just think of what kind of evil you're dealing with some people. Like, sometimes I feel like Earth is like hell and heaven. Like there's no like devil, like the devils are like on Earth, because Jaguar Wright is saying like what her relationship with Jay-Z was, she was basically a backup singer, right, for Jay-Z, and he had a show on MTV, right, and because again you see on the original on the CD of the album The Blueprint, right, he had a show on MTV Unplugged, and Jaguar Wright was literally just a backup singer for that event, just that one event. So this is a man human giving someone a chance, right? But instead of her taking an opportunity, right, to go and excel, right, she's now, because of again, that's why I said I believe there's angels or demons on Earth. There's nothing beyond that, right? Because this is evil to me, right? Someone gave you a chance. Someone like Jay-Z give her a chance, right? But she's now using that moment, the proxy to him, to try to destroy him. For what? Simply giving her a chance. Like, this goes by, of course, what the Bible says about there's no good deeds go unpunished, right? And it's a really sad state of event that sometimes you have to be very careful, right? That if he never gave her this chance, never did, right? She would never have the proxy to him to allege some of the things that she's saying about him, because she's literally going off the proxy that she had with him before. It was the fact that like she did had a Jay-Z did have an unplug event on about, I think it was a Blueprint, right? And in that event, Jagger Wright was one of the singer, and she was pregnant at that time. So she was pregnant at that time, but she's saying during that short brief moment with him, instead of appreciating and say, hey, had a moment of chance to sing with Jay-Z, right? And he gave me a chance, right? She's now taking that and try to use that to destroy him. Like this to me is what evil looks like. This is what pure evil looks like. Because there's nothing else to describe it. Because yes, Jagger Wright does have a mental issue. Yes, she does, right? But she's very aware. She's very aware of what she does. It's very calculative, right? Very extremely calculative. I didn't believe it at first. I just believed that at first I thought she was just mentally ill, so I kind of backed away. But current events, right? For example, right, what just recently happened is the fact that like, she's now saying this video that you watched, that I just showed.
Your brains out.
She's now saying that she never said this. She never said Jay-Z had a weapon to her head and basically arred her. She's now saying she never said this, that what you're watching here, it's AI.
I know what it feels like to be strapped to a bed with a man put a gun in your head and tell you sing, or he's gonna blow your brains out while he's raping you. That's what Sean Carter done to me.
Think about that. That was not an accident. When that pause, that was not an accident. It wasn't a slip of her tongue that she's like, okay, she was speaking about something else, or maybe it's miscommunication. Yes. When you're live, you're gonna like slip. You're gonna say something that you didn't intend to say, right? I get that, right? But you can see the pause there. You can see the drama, what she's trying to do, the emphasis of the words that's about to come out of her mouth, the way she's having the viewers kind of hold off, like wait, right? You can see that. And then she tells you, Jay-Z, Sean Carter, right? But now she's now going and saying that she never said this. This is AI. That what you literally just observe, it's AI. And this is, truthfully, I really believe Earth is hell and heaven. Like there are demons, angels of demons walking around amongst us, right? And a lot of demons like this, you have to invite them in. Like if Jay-Z never offered her an opportunity, like to further herself, right, in her life, her family, etc., right, she would not have that proximity to him, right? And then now she's trying to spend the rest of her life just trying to destroy him. Off of what? You could tell me that's mental illness. No, I think this is something else. This is wicked. This is evil. This is what evil to me looks like. But guess what though? She's gonna go around in a few days and like recite some Bible verse, but guess what? All is gonna be safe in the world, and people are gonna move on. They're gonna forget, and worse off, people are still gonna support her to the lies that she says. And again, let's be serious. It doesn't matter how evil a person is, right? There's always probably someone more worse than that person, right? And you can see that. I have observed that the people that support Jagger Wright are worse. A lot of them are worse than her, far worse than her. I'm not talking about someone who just like watch 5 minutes of Jagger Wright video and say, okay, I believe what she's saying, right? Because she does come as very believable, right? I'm talking about people that followed her. They know about her basically smoking her son's ashes. Jagger Wright smoked her son's ashes, and before she smoked it, she had her blood in it, and her ex-husband smoked it, and then she did follow after him, right? And what kind of person would say this person is a rational being? But you will realize a lot of her supporters, they love to just ignore. They know, I'm talking about the ones that know, ignore that part. Says, well, I still believe her. This is insane. This is why celebrities, it goes by what I said earlier, that traditional media, I'm not sure if I was paused, traditional media, right, at least it has a box that it kind of work with, that a framework that kind of like rules and regulation that's bound by some of the things they can say, right? But social media is just like, it's on a different level. It's just like, this place is flooded by liars, just liars and scam artists. And one of the biggest one is Jaguar Wright. And for people like this, if they don't get sued by some of the celebrities, like back in the days when someone is on the street just saying, oh, Jay-Z is an Illuminati, who cares, right? Who cares, right? That happens all the time, right? But now what happens, like, celebrities don't say anything about that. It's like, wait a minute, like before you start making all this like defaming statement, right? And the reason why I said a defaming statement, because when people said that they're Illuminati, it's not like they just woke up one day, it's, oh, you're gonna join the band. It's always this like this very ritual, this very evil rituals that is always associated with that. So a lot of time people will say you have to do something for the child, etc. It's like that insanity that a lot of YouTubers in modern people in modern social media have become desensitized to, like, say, hey, you're saying the celebrity before, because again, he had this deal, instead of studying how he did that, right? Whatever he took, right? You're saying he sacrificed, I don't know, a human. And you don't see nothing wrong with that. And this is what give rise to like people like Jaguar Wright, right? Because they realize that, hey, at some point saying someone sacrificed a human is not enough, right? So they keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. And this is what you get now. This absurdity you get right now, where Jaguar Wright can literally make the statement and go back and say, I never said it. This is AI. This is sick. This is really, really sick.
Wow.
Anyway, let's carry forward. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. The Will Smith, I feel like that was good for Will Smith to finally kind of like, I don't know, like clap back a little bit because there's a lot of people saying like he was, again, if you ever had a party with Diddy's, everyone is throwing the parties. Everyone is basically saying you participate in some kind of like illegal activity, which is kind of like insane because, and the thing was that not every party led to like some illegal activity, right? But what sucks with social media is like sensationalization is just like everything has to be extra. So it takes away from those real victims, right? And she, like Jaguar Wright, like her, I feel like her goal is to like take away from real victims. That's her goal. That's how I see her at what her contribution to society is. It's to basically just like it's to make victims not be believable because there's gonna be a next Jaguar Wright if someone doesn't sue, if someone doesn't really hold her accountable. And that's one thing that happens. Like if Jay-Z, or because again, she's saying he armed her with a weapon. Like she's saying this, she said this, and you see how thoughtful she was when she said it. This is dangerous. This is dangerous because I don't know. I think it's self-evident. Okay, like what I've stated. Okay. Anyway, so let's carry forward. Okay. So we covered Jaguar Wright situation. We covered that liar. Monroe Exposes YouTube liar, and I'm gonna try not to have her name on the titles. Jaguar Wright, the people that Jaguar Wright attract, right, her staunch like followers are some of the most evil people you're ever gonna meet in your life. Just liars. And this is what needs to be discussed too. Like, yes, Jaguar Wright is bad, but some of her followers, her enablers, are worse than her. And that's why I don't want to kind of put her name in the title. But I'm pretty sure some people are gonna find this video. but because I used to be in the Jag sector and I left. So I tend to like, my goal is to like make different kind of content, not just like focus on there, right? But it's very important to like speak about this because it's something, it's something to like be documented. It just for future observation, okay? Okay, so we talked about Will Smith, Monroe Exposes YouTube's biggest liar, and Z Suing, right? So there's a few like I think I said this while I was muted. There's something out there saying like Jay-Z might sue Jaguar Wright. I think it was like a media takeout exposed. That's another YouTuber that exposed that said that that showed that, right? I don't know. Media takeout is BS. Media takeout is complete BS. So I don't know, but I do feel like something has to give. There have to be a breaking point. Enough is enough. This lady has said a lot of lies, and people just let her go with it. And if people don't say anything, I'm telling you, there's gonna be another Jaguar Wright that is more believable, more inflammatory like statements, right? More just more gutter, right? But the thing is, this person is gonna be believable. And if celebrities don't start suing people that like just literally they're making a career of lying, I feel bad. Because yes, some people say, well, it's a celebrity, why should you care? Because what if that's your brother? What if that's your dad? What if that's a family member, someone close to you? Oh, let me guess. It's okay when it's the others, right? But when it's yours, it's like, oh, she's a lying woman, etc., right? But she can make inflammatory lies and just straight up, just nothing else but lies by other people, but it's okay. Anyway, so let's carry forward. So again, is Jay-Z going to sue her? I truly hope so, because Jaguar Wright has invited people to sue her. For years now, for months now. She's invited people to like, hey, if I'm lying, sue me. If I'm lying, sue me. I actually have a video that I may post. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow to kind of like discuss, right? And that of Jaguar Wright's like some of the pros and cons suing someone like Jaguar Wright. And one of the pros was like to basically kind of like put a halt to some of this, like, again, there are real victims out there. It's not to intimidate others, right? But we have to be focused and say someone like Jaguar Wright, like she's made those statements. You just observe for yourself with your two eyes. She's now telling you that what you're looking at, the person, when she made those statements, that's not her, that's AI. Anyway, please check out the full video on Monroe's channel. It's called Exclusive. Tiffany Haddish, Jaguar Wright, and Essie Berry on Diddy, Mary J, Jay-Z, Rihanna, and more, etc. Right? And what's interesting is Etsy Berry is like she believed Jaguar Wright. She believed her. Took everything she said as face value. She's a victim, etc. And now she's just like shocked, appalled how Jaguar Wright is now saying that's AI. But again, that's what I see about Jaguar Wright. If you just, I feel like people know like some of the things Jaguar Wright have done. They just want to close their eyes. Like, well, she probably suffered from trauma, but the more I watch Jaguar Wright, I don't think there's ever any trauma in her life before. I think this is who she is. I believe Earth is full of angels and demons and some people between. And I think Jaguar Wright is one of those demons. And it's just who she is, because you know why? She's never been held accountable. Because if she started being held accountable, she's like, well, this happened to me when I was 2. This happened to me when I was 3. But if you start digging deep, she's like, no, you're victim shaming, because you start realizing none of this stuff ever really happened to her. She knows how to play that cards. Okay. She knows how to use trauma to like sell whatever she's doing. Okay. Anyway, so let's carry forward what we talked about. So we had the conversation about that. And now let's go a little bit light. This is about aliens. So there's a bunch of things right now going on in the north of America. It's all over the news, right? And I just find it very fascinating. For example, in New Jersey, their drone situation, there are people like observing drones what looks like aliens. That's what I'm calling it, unidentified flying object, right? But these are illegals, right? That I'm not sure if Donald Trump is probably going to deport them when he takes office. Okay, so let's hear it. Okay,
because it's not easy to find drones of any significant size on the commercial market.
Yeah, so here's the problem, Chris. Great point. We know that commercial drones tend to be a typical size, and they use a certain amount of power, if you will, and have a certain amount of loiter time, a certain amount of range. And typically can be anywhere between 15, maybe 20 minutes if you're lucky. And then you have to have line of sight in order to control these things. If you talk about anything bigger than that, you're really talking about a state-sponsored capability. This isn't a hobbyist. This isn't a drone that someone buys, let's say, from Radio Shack or buys from Amazon. This is something far more complex that can be flown beyond line of sight, i.e. over the horizon, and has a loiter capability in some cases of several hours. And if you're talking about an SUV size or larger potentially drone, this is a problem. Look, the U.S. Navy has been reporting these types of drones, in some cases the size of cars and even bigger, for years now. And this is exactly emphasizing the point why we need to take this topic seriously.
Sorry about that. I was mute. I said what I said when I was muted was like, do you guys think these are illegals from outer space that needs to be deported, or do you guys think these are a military operation from another country like China or Russia, etc., and just trying to flex, right, to kind of show like, hey, if you guys keep intervening in some other country, voila, we're here for you, right? And these are basically nothing but like bombs, right? Because if the U.S. population hear that, hey, these are bombs, right, it's gonna cause like chaos, right? And the question is, where is it coming from? Where is it originated from, right? Is it illegals? Are they here to take away U.S. Earthling jobs or Earthling material, or is this maybe these are the people, like, you know how people always say like the national debt is this and all this stuff about the debt ceiling, etc. Maybe these are the people that we get the loans from. Maybe they're here to collect. It's like, hey, we're not going to keep giving you guys like trillions of dollars. We need our money. Because I always find it very odd, right? When people say like we have to pay back the debts. I'm like, wait a minute. What country are we going to pay to? Who's going to come take it? Who's going to send a messenger to say, hey, go get that first payment from the U.S., right? Because I know there's other countries we definitely we collect our debt, right? But yeah, so anyway, so I'm not too sure. Why is my stuff looking weird? Okay, I'm not too sure what's going on there, but it's, again, the drones are spotted all over the place. This is it's a very interesting thing. So let's see another one that I have.
Is that fire departments across the state have been receiving alerts from the state's fire safety division and the FBI Newark office, and it lists recommendations for dealing with downed drones. And here's a look at that list. It lists those 8 safety recommendations, and the first one is in bold. It says downed drones should not be approached. And it goes,
from that perspective, it looks very large, right? And all those lights in the sky that you see there, see those lights? Those are apparently drones as well, they say, seeming to fly in a V formation, with the whole saga stressing people out nearby.
We're all completely unnerved. I didn't sleep last night. When I would get up and look out my window at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., they were still hovering. I got up at 5:30 this morning and they were still there. As the sun was starting to rise, they went back in the same direction they came from. Okay,
that's interesting. Oh, I was mute on the last time. Sheesh, I need to stop playing around with the mute button. That's very interesting. If I was her, I would get a camera, just like get a camera and start recording it. Well, that's interesting. Again, I don't know, man. I'm gonna cover. I'm gonna like stay on top of this. I'm really interested in what's the outcome of this, but because there's a lot of like weird events that happen, like the plane that went missing years ago. Nothing was ever found. Nothing. There's speculation of like debris, but that's it. And there is like well-known documented like sightings of like pilots seeing like drone shaped aircraft like going into the water. So maybe that's what happened to that missing airline. Nothing was ever, the black box was never discovered. Nothing. So anyway, so let's see what else do I have here.
Verification. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it's probably gonna say the exact same thing over and over again. Okay, but anyway, so that's all I have for today. My goal was really just kind of play with my setup, see how everything's gonna go on the channel, and just like this is kind of the basic thing I'm gonna kind of go for. Like have a bunch of clips, we're gonna go over that and just kind of like, I don't know, just like give commentary on different things. Okay, but if you like this, please subscribe. If you don't like this, please hit the dislike twice. Don't forget that. And please, let's go road to 1,000. Okay, let's see if we can do it. And I'm hoping for 2 days, if that's possible. Please, if that's possible, I'm trying to get 1,000 in 2 days. So I need everyone to watch this, send this to every single person besides Jaguar Wright. Okay, thank you very much, and hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you entertain. We can work on entertainment later, but but right now it's just like I just want to test this out. Okay, and sorry for the mute. I keep like muting but keep talking. Okay, but I'm gonna try to delete that part later on. But as of now, thank you. I'm trying to get 1,000 in 2 days, so let's make that possible. Okay, and if I don't get 1,000 in 2 days, maybe I'm going to, I don't know, probably get myself some ice cream, because I don't like ice cream, but I may have to eat some ice cream. So if you don't want me to be obese, please like,